Okay, so looking at the setup, a couple of things to go over now. Ball position we said was good, sort of body alignment and posture was pretty good. Just a little bit squat in some of the positions there with your knees. And again, when the lower you get with your knees there, the harder it's going to be for your body to rotate. I think you did say yourself you felt as though you were more armsy in the swing, and there was a lot of excessive wrist action. Now the problem is that when your wrists were doing most of the motion, if we go back here now on this left hand side, it's more sort of your arms and the wrist taking the golf club away, and it's almost like your body's now sort of following and being pulled around. When that happens and we get an excessive amount of wrist hinge, that's going to put the golf club into what we call an open position, thus result in the club coming back to the golf ball aiming to the right. And when that happens, obviously the ball's going to be slicing off to the right or pushing off to the right. As a result, sometimes if the ball is going in that direction, golfers will often make the adjustment to try and hit the ball left, either by sort of swinging off their back foot or pulling their arms sort of left across their body. And that unfortunately encourages and increases more of the side spin and the ball going further right. So we want to try and create, as the club goes back now, a bit more sort of with the torso, so your chest now you can see is turning away. As we said, turn your back to target. If we look at a similar sort of position there, at this halfway back position, we can see now your shoulder's definitely a lot more rotated compared to there. Your right shoulder now is certainly more back behind you, and that club is now being moved more by your sort of chest, your torso, and the arms and the wrist sort of following suit. As we then get to the top of the backswing, yes, if we're honest, there's a little bit more wrist hinge than we ideally like, but that's not going to disappear straight away. But I think in time, once you realise that A, you haven't got to keep your arms straight, as I think you were once told, and your body is working better, the need to hinge the wrist that excessively won't be there. And what we're looking for would be the arm to be sort of somewhere up there, a little bit higher, and a bit more in that sort of position. Okay, if that left arm gets too low with a lot of wrist hinge, as we said, it just puts the club in a position that's going to return back to the ball, aiming to the right, which is where a lot of your shots are going to be going. So from that good position at the top of the backswing now, we can let your arms and your body just unwind back to the golf ball, full release of that golf club. So that swishing of the club we talked about as we come through, and that's going to increase the speed in which you're going to create into the impact area, obviously thus increasing the distance that ball's going to travel. Just another point to remember with the practice and the warm-up we suggested, have a few shots there, maybe sort of 7 or an 8 iron, just as a warm-up, hitting a few shots, trying to get the sensation your arms sort of over-rotating and the ball going to go really, really far to the left, just to get the sensation of how the arms and the body need to work. And then obviously when you set up to the real shots, we can focus on getting that back turn to target, a bit more rotation with that torso, and I'm sure you'll find with a bit of practice in time that wrist hinge will reduce and we're getting the golf ball going a little bit straighter down the middle of the fairway. So hope that makes sense. Any questions, obviously give me a shout, and I will see you next lesson. Cheers, Reese.